Hey everybody, Scott here from the Gray House Literary Agency. I know it's been a while. It has been a while. It's been a hot second, in fact. But thought I'd just hop on here and just do a little talking about that elephant in the room. That's that AI thing. Um, is AI a thing? Yeah, AI is a thing right now. And I think a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people really get hung up on it. A lot of people really panic a lot about it and people are like it's gonna ruin everything, it's taking away jobs and blah 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 blah, and you know something, um do I am I a little concerned about it? Yeah, I am. I'm not going to deny it. um but here's the problem. here's where i think here's where I think a lot of authors are um missing the point when it comes to AI. And I think it's a lot of the newer authors. I'm trying to adjust the headphones here. um I think where the authors are running into the problem, and I think it's a lot of the newer authors, and that's where I really want to key in on, is that a lot of these newer authors out there, brand new authors, and it's those people I'm talking to. So if you're listening to this and you're a brand new author and you're going to go, yeah, but Scott, I think I can use this AI. I think I can use all those cool AI gadgets out there, and it's helping me. No, let's back off on this here for a second. Um, that's what's getting you in trouble. See, that's what's getting you in trouble here, people. Because the reality of the situation is this. If you've been paying attention to a lot of the social media feeds out there, um, agents, editors, we're just automatically rejecting you if you're turning in stuff that's even AI generated at all. And if you're sitting there going, yeah, but you can't tell. Look, I'm going to tell you, when I get a query letter pops up right immediately, I'm going to go, AI, done. I can spot it. I can spot when you have written your query letter using AI generated material. I can spot it. I can spot it in a heartbeat. And here's how I know. You're making statements about things that supposedly I have said that I haven't said. You write these vague, really vague general comments about the agency and who I'm representing and yada, yada, yada. But guess what? It's non existent. And it is so darn obvious. And you're sitting there wondering, gosh, well, I'm getting rejected all over the place. Yes, because you're using AI. You're using AI. So what do? You turn around and you go, well, fine, I'm going to self publish. So what do? You were dumping self published material out there, flooding the market with, guess what? Probably stories that you have written, but yet a lot of that you've probably sat there and said, ah, man, I just don't know how to write this scene. What do I do? I know, little bot in my computer, can you write this paragraph for me? Now, you sat there and you said, I'm just going to have it write this for me, and then I'm going to shape it the way I want it to. You probably did that. Now, how do I know that? Because I hear people over and over and over again say, I'm going to have the computer write it for me, and then I'm going to mold it in the way that I want it to be molded. Okay. What about using your brain? What about that critical thinking skills here? You're a writer. Okay. You're a writer. That is a creative skill. So if you look at a lot of the stories that are out there right now, Are they 100% AI generated? Nah, they aren't. They aren't. So this myth that, there's these books that are 100% AI generated, nah, I don't believe that in the heartbeat. I really don't. But here's the thing. Um, there's a lot of the material I'm betting of those poorly written books that's probably been AI shaped initially, that's creating a lot of really bad stuff that's out there. And it's flooding the market with this really, really bad stuff. So what are we getting? Well, what we're getting now is a market that's really limited for the readers. Okay. So what we're getting, if you haven't figured this part out, when you go to the bookstores and you go, gosh, everything looks alike. Well, guess what? It is. It's alike because they're just sort of saying, well, this is what people are buying. Well, they're buying it because that's all that they have, right? So what's it? Where's the AI piece? Let's get back to that piece again. Is AI killing us? Nah. AI is speeding some things up for us. It does. Does it speed up the translation process? If I want to translate things from one language to the next, yeah, it'll probably do that for us. It's probably not going to be 100% accurate. We do know that. We have seen that, and I think they're starting to figure that piece out pretty quickly. It's not perfect, but something, it is going to speed that process up a little bit. The quality publishers are still staying true to that, but it is speeding that up. We still, I mean, using audiobooks, we're getting better at that, getting that text to speech function is getting better. And how do I know that? I'm going to be really honest. We just had our wall right here had to get repaired, and I got to tell you, I called the repair people one day, and I'm talking to this guy, and I was just getting nowhere. Well, come to find out, I was talking to this guy who was actually the AI person. It was that good. It was that good, and I didn't know it. I didn't. I found out after the fact that this was a computer I was talking to. He was that good. Um, so, are we able to simplify some things that way? Yeah, I think we can, right? I use it. I listen to text when I'm working, and I'm editing. I'll read it, but I'll be listening to it, and I edit that way. I'll listen and I'll be reading along and listening to the text and reading it at the same time. So as I'm editing one of my clients' manuscripts, I'll do it that way. So I'm listening at the same time. But I found a text to speech thing where it actually sounds decent. That's AI. I'm not going to deny I use that. It works well. Is it perfect? No. But is it taking over jobs? Nah. It might be speeding some things up for us. But in the end, guess what? It's still there. We still need to make sure that we're using our brains. You'll notice that I'm still interacting and I'm still working with it. Okay. But is it taking over our lives? Absolutely not. Is it writing the books for us? No, it's not. Okay. Do we need to overly panic at this point? I think the only way we would overly panic is if we finally quit actually writing our own stories. That's when I think we need to overly panic. That's the moment that we need to go. We are in trouble when all of the authors out there start saying, hey, computer, write this chapter for me, and then I'll just shape it the way I want to. When you start doing that and you continue to do this, then you better start to panic. When you start saying, hey, computer, do me a favor, I'm really busy right now. Write a query letter to Scott Egan over at Grey House Literary Agency and tell him how cool I am. And then I'm just going to send it on. When you keep doing that, A, you're going to get rejections, and B, you're just feeding the myth. Okay? Simple as that. I think the other thing you need to also remember is this, and maybe you haven't figured this part out. The more you keep using that function, think about this, the more you keep using, let's say, a chat GPT, and asking it to do those repetitive functions of saying, hey, write Scott a letter about my book that says blah, 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 blah. You just told it more about your book, which means you're giving it information about your book. You're giving it your copyrighted information if you haven't figured that part out. So don't come whining to me later on when that thing has got your information. Think about that too. Okay? If you don't want the social media to have it, don't put it out there. Okay? So, AI, does it exist? Yes. Can we use it effectively? I think so, but I think you use it in the business world. That's where you use it. The reality, though, you are an author. Use your brain. There's no shortcuts in this business. Authors have to be creative. You're using your brain. It's your brain. You are creating the story. And if you feel that you have to use AI to write your stories, maybe you need to rethink this as a career. It's as simple as that. And I know that that's really harsh. And I know when I throw these statements out there, for a lot of people, they go, yeah, and they get all uppity about it. And they go, but what about, but what about? That's just it. Okay. Let's just think about that. Okay. So with that said, I'm going to be back out there, trying to get this up and going. Make sure that you check me out over on Instagram. I'm posting a lot more over there. If I found a secret to kind of getting some more posts out there, so I'm trying to post almost daily on Instagram. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram. Hit that follow button. Follow, 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 follow. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Follow that. Greyhouse Educational Services.odoo.com. That's ODOO.com. I've got some courses that you can take over there on pitching, on query letter writing. You can write your own query letter. I can teach you how to do that. I've got a 6-month mentorship over there. You can find me on Facebook, obviously here, Instagram, you name it. You want to send me a story, I'm out there on that. I will be down at the Southwest Washington Writers Conference in Centralia. I will also be up in Edmonds at the Right on the Sound conference in October. So that's in September and October. I'll be up there on those. So I look forward to seeing you out and about. We'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.